What stood out to you really when you've experienced it firsthand?
I think the biggest takeaway for me was just how Belichick dominant this whole system is. And I think that's probably something I should have expected. But when you kind of embed yourself in it and you listen to him nearly every day and you talk to players, you realize just how controlling he is in this and how much his influence and his consistency really just pervades the entire operation.
Well, and with that being said, Tim, you look at all of his assistant coaches that have left and tried to be head coaches elsewhere, haven't been able to replicate it. Why?
Well, I think part of it is that Belichick is such a singular entity in sports, and I think that it's not a good export. You know, you look at guys who have left, you think about Matt Patricia in Detroit, when you go and try to be Belichick somewhere else, I think players are onto it. I think that the shtick doesn't travel. You know, I think you need to be yourself a little bit more. And Belichick over 20 years, 17 straight 10-win seasons. The track record is what allows Belichick to be the way he is. And when you're 3-8-1, it just doesn't work.
When you talk about the shtick, as we'll call it, but his appearance and his gruffness, the way he handles everything, how does that communication style actually make the Patriots a better team?
I think in talking to the players, Jason, it all comes to consistency. They, like any employee, they like consistency with their boss. They don't want to be surprised. They don't like mood swings. And they know every day when they show up what they're going to get. They know how he's going to approach every week because he's approached every week the same for 20 years. So I think that consistency allows players to sort of submerge themselves in this Patriot way, and it discourages individuality, but it definitely produces results.
I find it interesting you mentioned consistency because we're used to consistent results from Tom Brady. We haven't seen that this year to the same level. A lot of whispers about Tom Brady's play. You were just around him for a substantial amount of time. What did you see in Tom?
Well, I think, at some point he's going to be finished and everyone's going to be able to say they predicted it because everyone has predicted it at some point. And, I kind of think he's in his get off my lawn phase. He's 42, which is from experience about the time it kicks in. He's having trouble with all these young receivers. They're not doing what he's told. They're not picking up on his signals. He's got two guys he trusts, Julian Edelman and James White. And I think that uncertainty, which is so the certainty and consistency with Brady is so important that when it's gone, I think it really shows because he can't make his own plays. He can't get out of the pocket very well and extend plays. He usually extends plays now just to kill them, to find a way to throw the ball away. So, I mean, there are signs of him, as I said, the get off my lawn phase. And I think as we look forward, what he's going to be, what other things to look forward to if he is declining, whether he, I don't know, starts thinking every NBA player is traveling, that might be the next step. So we'll see.
Well, and you mentioned the lack of familiarity with who he trusts. As weird as it sounds for a quarterback of his age, does time fix that?
I think that it has in the past. I think he's gone through these growing pains with young receivers before, but he hasn't done it at 42. And I think that he's one guy short. He is a Gronk short of having the offense that would look a lot better, an offense that wouldn't struggle so much in the red zone. Be, I think, 25th in the league in red zone offense, which is very unfamiliar territory for the Patriots. So, I mean, I look at what he's going through now, and I don't see it getting a lot better. Honestly, it doesn't look like the guys are stepping up or are able to step up yet because there's two rookies and N'Keal Harry and Jacoby Myers, and it's just a lot of guesswork right now from what it looks like.
We're so glad you're watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports and analysis, download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, make sure you subscribe to ESPN Plus. We'll see you there.